everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I want to ask you to please remember to like and share these videos if you enjoy what I do, and so others can also find them. And also, please remember to subscribe to the channel. And make sure you click that little notification bell so you can be notified of my next uploaded videos. This is London, England. And one of the focal points of London is the British Museum. Now, I had the opportunity to travel to London and Ireland last November, and I enjoyed my trip. And one thing I just could not bring myself to do was go visit the British Museum. Now, typically, I am the person that loves to go to museums, science museums, history museums, art museums. I love aquariums, and I especially love botanical gardens. I'm that type of person. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it, to go to the British Museum. And here's why. To me, it is the epitome of colonization. It's an institution that exists only because of the hard work and creativity of different cultures from around the world, and its wealth is obtained off of the work of all of these different cultures. It wouldn't exist without these artifacts, all stolen. But what is the origin of the British Museum? So let's take a look at that real quick. The British Museum was founded in 1753. A British physician named Sir Hans Sloane amassed a collection of stolen artifacts consisting of more than 80,000 natural and artificial rarities, a library of over 40,000 books and manuscripts, and 32,000 medals and coins. Now, Sir Hans Sloane obtained some of his collection during his travels. He would take things back to Britain with him, and some things he purchased, none of which were obtained uprightly, so to speak. Now, he died in January of 1753, and in that year, the British government purchased a large portion of his collection, about 71,000 items, and it eventually opened a museum in 1759, and this museum was built off of all of these artifacts from Sir Hans Sloane. So it was built off of stolen artifacts from its very beginning, and it has continued its legacy of housing stolen artifacts from all over the world. But what's worse is that in spite of the demands of those who are the rightful owners of these artifacts, they have refused to turn them over back to their original owners. But the universe is not without its humor, I guess is a good thing to say. Karma is real. The reason I say karma is real is because in August of this year, 2023, news broke about a theft at the British Museum. About 2,000 items were stolen from the museum over a period of time. Now, just how long this time period was is unknown. And the items that were stolen were mostly gems and stones, some gold jewelry, things like that. All of these items were stored items. They were not items that were on display. And the majority of them were uncatalogued, which is what made it easy for them to be stolen and to just kind of disappear. And it's going to make it a little difficult for them to get all of these items back. Now, the museum typically stores the majority of its items. It has at least 8 million objects, and 99% of their artifacts are stored and only 80,000 items are on display. This is just 1% of their collection. So why do they have all of these artifacts in storage? That's a question that I would love the answer to. You stole them, you're proud of them, put them on display instead of having them in storage. But that's not the case. And it's just really kind of strange that 99% of what they have in their possession is kept locked away. But let's take a listen to this news story about what has occurred.
Staff at the British Museum has been dismissed after a number of items were found to be missing, stolen or damaged.
These are small items kept in a storeroom. They weren't on show, apparently. Highly embarrassing security breach for such a globally renowned institution.
We now believe more than 1,500 items were stolen, damaged or are missing from this place.
It's emerged that the British Museum was warned more than 2 years ago that objects from its collection were being put up for sale.
The whistleblower was Dr. Itai Gradel, a dealer based in Denmark. He wrote to Jonathan Williams, the museum deputy, in February 2021 about a disturbing discovery I have made involving theft from the British Museum. He followed it up in June. A month later came this response from the deputy, confirming the museum has conducted a thorough investigation.
They refused to listen. They refused to further engage with me. They had no questions to ask of me. It's unbelievable what happened.
British Museum is without a director tonight after Hartwig Fischer announced that he's stepping down with immediate effect after admitting that he failed to respond comprehensively to warnings about thefts from the museum in 2021.
I believe we've been the victim of thefts over a long period of time, and frankly, more could have been done to prevent them. We have started to recover some of the stolen items, which is, a silver lining to a dark cloud. Yes, the museum has made mistakes. Yes, we've apologised for them, but we're cleaning up the mess, and we're going to be that British museum that I think the nation and the world can be proud of.
So basically, as you can see, to sum things up, the thief is asking for help from the people that they stole from to help them retrieve the stolen items from the thieves who stole from them. The caucasity is real. The museum, as I look through some of the things that they have, they are in possession of some really remarkable artifacts and historical things. They have things like a whole canoe from the ancient Americas. They have the Lewis chessmen, a cast of the hieroglyphic stele of Palenque, medicine masks. Egypt is a big part of their archaeological holds. They have cat mummies, human mummies, mummy masks. One of the most important finds, the Rosetta Stone, which is what helped them break the code and be able to transcribe the hieroglyphs of Egypt. They have pottery from Mali from 9,500 BC. They have the chair of power, the brass head of an Ooni of Ife. They have the Akun drum, Benin bronze, you name it. They have some very significant and very important historical pieces from other cultures. Chinese pottery, things like that. It's just remarkable the amount of things that have been stolen and that are just stashed away in this museum. But I hope that they return these things. I'm not holding my breath because, as I said, the caucasity is real. But one way or another, these items need to be returned to their rightful owners, to the cultures who created them, who have pride in them, and who will protect them and cherish them and honor them, because for the British Museum, it's just about making money off of them and also about being able to say that they have these things. They claim that they're holding them to protect them and preserve them, but they were pretty much doing okay where they were before the British came along and took them, or those who took them and then gave them to the British Museum. So I'm loving the karma that has hit this museum. Let's see if some of these pieces that were stolen find their way back to the original owners. So guys, that's it for today's video. And as always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on what you think about today's story. I'll see you soon.